Michelle Obama was born in 1964 in Chicago, Illinois. She lived in a small apartment with her family on the south side of the city. Her parents were Fraser and Marion Robinson. Her father worked at the water plant, and her mother stayed at home to take care of Michelle and her older brother, Craig. The apartment was small, and Michelle and Craig had to share one bedroom. They used a curtain to separate their space. Even though the apartment was small, the love inside their home was big. Her parents taught her to work hard and believe in herself. Michelle's parents believed that education was very important. They did not have much money, but they gave their children something even better: hope. They told Michelle and Craig that they could be anything if they worked hard and stayed focused. Every night, the family ate dinner together. They talked about school, life, and dreams. Their home was full of love, learning, and support. Michelle went to Bryn Mawr Elementary School. From a young age, her teachers saw that she was very smart. She read quickly, finished her work early, and asked good questions in class. Because of her ability, she skipped the second grade. That meant she was younger than most of her classmates, but she kept working hard and doing her best. Michelle also loved music. Her great-aunt Robbie was a piano teacher. She lived in the same building. Robbie taught Michelle how to play the piano when she was still very young. At first, playing the piano was not easy. Her fingers were small, and she had to practice a lot. But Michelle was patient. She practiced every day. She even played in small recitals. When she finished a song, people clapped for her, and she felt proud. Those moments made her feel strong and confident. Michelle's parents helped her build good habits. They made sure she had books to read. They checked her homework and told her stories about strong people. Her father had a disease called multiple sclerosis. He walked with difficulty and felt pain, but he never missed school events. He showed Michelle what real strength looked like. Strength, he taught her, means showing up even when life is hard. As Michelle grew older, she became more curious. She liked to learn about the world and ask deep questions. At school, she was not always the most popular girl, but she was serious about her goals. Sometimes, other kids made fun of her for being smart. That made her feel different. But her mother told her to be proud of who she was. "Don't shrink yourself to fit in," her mother said. Those words stayed with Michelle. Later, Michelle attended Whitney M. Young Magnet High School. It was a special school for talented students in Chicago. Every day, she rode the bus for over an hour to get there. The school had high expectations, and Michelle met every challenge. She joined the student council and worked on projects that helped students feel included and respected. She learned how to speak up and lead with kindness. Michelle's time at Whitney Young was full of learning, effort, and discovery. She studied hard and became the second highest-ranking student in her class. That achievement gave her new confidence. She began to believe she could attend a great university. Michelle dreamed of going to Princeton University. It was far from her home and very different from the world she knew. Many people did not expect a girl like her, a black girl from the south side of Chicago, to go to a school like Princeton. But Michelle believed in herself. Her family believed in her too. This was the beginning of her journey. A young girl from a small apartment with big dreams was ready to take her next step. Her childhood was not easy, but it was full of love, learning, and strong values. It gave her the courage to move forward, to study harder, and to dream even bigger. When Michelle Obama arrived at Princeton University, everything felt new and different. Princeton was a very big and famous school. Most of the students there were white and came from rich families. Michelle came from a small apartment in Chicago. She was one of the few black students on campus. At first, she felt out of place. She sometimes wondered, "Do I belong here?" But Michelle remembered her parents' words. They told her that she was smart and strong. They told her to keep going, even when life was hard. So Michelle focused on her studies. She chose to study sociology because she wanted to learn about people and how society works. She also took classes in African American studies to understand more about her own history and community. Life at Princeton was not always easy. Some students did not talk to her. Some professors expected less from her. But Michelle worked hard. She stayed up late reading and writing papers. She asked questions in class and visited her teachers for help. Slowly, she started to feel more confident. She knew she had something important to share. Michelle also joined the Third World Center. This was a group that supported students of color. It was a place where she felt welcome. She met other students who felt like her, strong but sometimes alone. Together they talked, studied, and helped each other. Michelle started to feel more like herself again. In her last year at Princeton, Michelle wrote a long paper called A Senior Thesis. She wanted to know how other Black students felt after they left Princeton. Did they stay connected to the Black community? Did they feel pressure to change who they were? Michelle worked hard on her thesis. It was not just about research. It was about her own life and questions she had in her heart. After graduating from Princeton with honors, Michelle wanted to keep learning. She was accepted to Harvard Law School, one of the best law schools in the world. Going to Harvard was another big step. There were more students from different backgrounds, but it was still a hard place to study. At Harvard, Michelle joined the Legal Aid Bureau. This group helped poor people with legal problems. Michelle met people who had lost their jobs or needed help with housing. She listened to their stories and tried to help them find justice. She also joined the Black Law Students Association. She went to meetings, shared her ideas, and helped plan events. Michelle worked hard, but she also made time for others. She made friends and talked to students who felt alone. She remembered what it felt like to be new, and she wanted others to feel supported. Her time at Harvard helped her grow not just as a lawyer, but as a person who cared deeply about fairness. In the summer of 1989, Michelle got a job at a big law firm in Chicago called Sidley Austin. It was her first time working in a real law office. She wore business clothes, met clients, and learned about law in the real world. One day, she was asked to mentor a summer intern. His name was Barack Obama. Michelle heard that Barack was a smart law student from Harvard. People were already talking about him. Michelle was curious, but also careful. She wanted to see for herself what he was like. When they met, Michelle noticed his big smile and calm voice. As they worked together, she saw that he was not only smart, he also cared about helping others. They spent time talking about books, music, and ideas. They laughed and learned from each other. One day, Barack asked Michelle to go on a date. They went to a museum, took a walk, and watched a movie called Do the Right Thing. That day was special. It was the beginning of a strong friendship and something more. Michelle started to think about her future. She was on the path to becoming a successful lawyer. But something inside her wanted more. She wanted to do work that helped people in real ways. She wanted to use her education to give back to her community. Meeting Barack helped her see that she was not alone. They shared the same values and the same hope for a better world. After working in a big law firm, Michelle Obama made a brave choice. She decided to leave her high-paying job. She wanted to help people in her community. In 1991, she started working in the office of the mayor of Chicago. She worked on programs to help neighborhoods grow and improve. She liked helping people and wanted to do more. Soon, she became the first director of a group called Public Allies Chicago. This group helped young people become leaders. Michelle taught them how to work in teams, speak clearly, and make their communities better. She loved watching them grow. She believed that when young people have support, they can do amazing things. Later, Michelle worked at the University of Chicago. She helped make student life better. She listened to students, created helpful programs, and made the campus a more friendly place. Then, she took a job at the University of Chicago Medical Center. There, she helped connect the hospital with people living nearby. She made sure health care was easier for families to reach and understand. While building her career, Michelle's personal life was also growing. In 1992, she married Barack Obama. They were a team, loving, respectful, and always supporting each other. They shared ideas and dreams. In 1998, their first daughter, Malia, was born. In 2001, they had their second daughter, Sasha. Being a mother brought Michelle great joy. She loved spending time with her girls, helping with homework, and making them feel safe and loved. As Barack's career in politics began, Michelle stayed by his side. She helped with his campaigns, spoke to voters, and listened to their stories. At the same time, she worked hard to keep family life normal for their daughters. Even when Barack worked in Washington, D.C., Michelle made sure the girls felt close to both their parents. In 2008, Barack ran for president. It was a big step for the whole family. The campaign was long and difficult, but Michelle stayed strong. She gave many speeches and talked to people all over the country. She showed them who she was, a mother, a worker, a woman who cared. When Barack won the election and became the first black president of the United States, Michelle became the First Lady. As First Lady, Michelle had a big platform. She used it to help others. One of her first projects was Let's Move. This program helped children eat healthy food and be more active. She even started a garden at the White House to grow fresh vegetables. She wanted children to feel excited about taking care of their bodies. She also started Reach Higher, a program to help students continue their education after high school. Michelle visited schools and talked to students about going to college or learning a skill. She wanted them to believe in their future. In 2015, she and President Obama started Let Girls Learn. This program helped girls around the world go to school. Michelle believed that every girl, no matter where she lived, should have a chance to learn. She also worked with Dr. Jill Biden to create Joining Forces. This program helped military families by offering jobs, education, and mental health support. Michelle met with many families and listened to their stories. She wanted to make life better for them. After 8 years in the White House, Michelle left with pride. In 2018, she wrote a book called Becoming. In it, she told her story, from her childhood in Chicago to her time as First Lady. The book became a bestseller and inspired people around the world. She also began speaking to audiences everywhere. Her words gave people hope, courage, and strength. Michelle continued her work through the Obama Foundation. She helped plan the Obama Presidential Center in Chicago. She also led a program called the Global Girls Alliance to support girls' education. She stayed active in projects that focused on leadership, education, and service. Michelle Obama's life is a story of love, hard work, and making a difference. She shows us that strong values and kindness can create real change. Even after leaving the White House, she continues to teach, lead, and inspire people everywhere. Her legacy lives on in the hearts of those she touched, and in the dreams of those still to come. Michelle Obama's life is a powerful story of hope, hard work, and purpose. From a small apartment on the south side of Chicago to the White House, her journey shows us what is possible when we believe in ourselves. As a young girl, she learned that success does not come from money or fame. It comes from values like honesty, discipline, and kindness. Her parents taught her that education is the key to opening doors, and she used that key to go far. At Princeton and Harvard, Michelle faced challenges. She was one of the few black students. She sometimes felt like she didn't belong. But she didn't give up. She worked hard, asked questions, and found her voice. She helped others along the way. These experiences made her stronger and wiser. They helped her become a leader who listens, supports, and inspires. When she met Barack Obama, they shared a dream of helping their communities. Together, they built a life filled with love and service. Michelle's work, from mentoring young people to supporting military families, shows that real leadership comes from caring deeply for others. As First Lady, she used her voice to create change. She helped children live healthier lives, supported girls' education, and gave hope to millions of people around the world. Even after leaving the White House, Michelle continues her mission. Through her book, Becoming, her speeches, and her work with the Obama Foundation, she reminds us to be brave, to be kind, and to use our lives to help others. What lesson can we learn from Michelle Obama's story? The lesson is simple, yet powerful. Your background does not limit your future. If you stay true to your values, keep learning, and help others, you can create a better life for yourself and for the world. No matter where you start, you can rise. And when you rise, lift others with you. Now, congratulations. You just finished listening to a beautiful and inspiring story, all in English. That means your listening and understanding skills have improved. Be proud of your progress today. Let's end with a small question to help you think. Which of these values was most important in Michelle's journey? A. Never giving up. B. Becoming famous. Write your answer in the comments, A or B. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to support us. Your support gives us the motivation to keep making great English stories like this one. And if you enjoy our free lessons and want to help us grow, please consider donating. In the beginning, it's very hard for us to keep going without help. Every donation makes a difference and helps us continue this work to help you learn English. Thank you so much for listening, and see you in the next story.